Hello friends, in this particular video we will discuss the power of visualization as required in the legal field. Now what is visualization? Visualization is actually nothing but creating a mental image of something or at times of someone. Now visualization is an act probably which we do regularly in our normal life. For example, we try to visualize that when I am leaving from my house, whether I will get a traffic jam because of which I will be late in the court, or at the same time we try to visualize that my matter is at so and so serial number before so and so court. The board is very high, whether my matter will reach, or whether my matter, if it reach, will be prior to the lunch session, after lunch session. So visualization is something which we regularly do in our life. Now what we have to do is, we have to visualize in our legal field. See, let me tell you, it's not that visualization is required only in creative arts. No, certainly not. Visualization is equally required in our legal field. Now I'll identify you three basic segments in which you need to visualize. Number one, while taking instructions from client. Number two, while drafting your pleadings of case. And number three, the process or the manner in which your particular case will reach to say an ad interim level, because ad interim level is the first level where the matter reaches, and subsequent to that issue of process, trial are going on. So these are three basic things you need to understand. Now let me tell you one example and it will make you very much clear. Say a person comes to you and he says that I am a cloth trader. I had placed an order of say 10 lakh of rupees to an X person who was going to supply me the particular cloth. In front of that, I have raised a purchase invoice. I have made the payment by checks. The other person has accepted those payments of check. But he has failed to give delivery to me. In spite of a notice given to him, he has no intention to give delivery to me. Now friends, this is a very simple case. It looks very straight and a very simple thing that yes, you have all evidences with you, the payments are by checks, the acknowledgements are there. But during the course of instruction, your client continuously keeps asking you one question. Sir, the other side will not create any problem for me. And you always say, no, don't worry, why he is going to create a problem? We have good evidence with us. We have a good chance to win this case. But still he keeps on asking. Now here you need to trigger and think that why? Why? What is the reason that in spite of having all proper documents, in spite of having all things in place, why is my client so worried about other side? So need to call him once again and need to ask him that are you worried because your money is at stake. What is the reason why you are asking me this particular thing? Probably you may come to know that after several deliberations, he may say that, sir, the person against whom I am filing the case is the president of our cloth market. So this is his worry. His worry is not this transaction. His worry is his further business, because he has to stay in the business, he has to do business. Here where we need to understand. So the visualization helps you, because when a client tells you a story, it's a story for us. He keeps on telling a story, and I need to keep that in my mind, that what he is saying. But if all my dots are not getting connected, which means there is some issue and some problem. So this is how we have to connect our dots. Now once you know this particular activity or this particular fact, you have come to know through your visualization, then it becomes your then it becomes your particular aspect as to how are you going to plead in your case. Because now you have to be very careful when you are pleading your case, because you can't just simply make rampant allegations against the defendants. At the same time, you equally have to take care that you are in a much better position to win a case. So you have to blend. You have to blend your particular activities. You have to blend your pleadings, wherein it covers both aspects. Because in this case, it is not only the legal matter of your client which is at stake, but even his future business is at stake. So we need to understand that, and accordingly we need to do the pleadings. Now the third aspect, that how the matter will proceed up to ad interim level. This is one most important act of visualization which is needed on our part, so that I exactly know how my matter is going to go ahead, what are the problems which I am going to encounter, what is a time frame which I would be requiring, what is the time frame for which I have to give certain leverages. So all this visualization will help you in not only creating an excellent strategy for your litigation, but also for handling it excellently, so that the desired results for which your client has approached you, we are able to achieve it. So friends, visualization has to be developed, and based on visualization, we need to strategize our particular litigation. I hope that this particular concept of visualization will be used by all my friends, and they will certainly get benefit out of that. Now this visualization, we have to use it in our pleadings. How we will use it? We have to visualize the probable allegations which the other side will make against us, the probable defenses they will take out, the probable evidences that might come out. So once we visualize all these particular activities, only after that we should try to make our pleadings in such a manner that our pleadings already have an inbuilt mechanism to deal with the allegations of the other side, with the probable defenses of the other side, and probably countering the so called evidences which may come to other side. So friends, we conclude our video on visualization here, and in the next video we will discuss on power of creativity. Thank you very much for your time.